What do we do with the monkey mind? You know about this monkey mind if you've meditated for more than 15 minutes. It's what happens when we sit and we start to notice that the mind is wandering and it's jumping around. In the ancient days, they called it the monkey mind, leaping from branch to branch, easily distracted, easily focusing on this and then that. The mind, the monkey mind, can't sit still. And for many meditators, when they notice this, they feel discouraged and disappointed. When they notice it, they may even assess that they can't meditate. I've heard that from so many people. I can't meditate. I've tried. My mind jumps around. But this is a confusion, a fundamental confusion that many people, not just new meditators, but people who are beginning to cultivate a practice, maybe over a few months, that's still a beginner, obviously, they stop just when it's starting to actually work, because noticing the monkey mind, noticing the wandering attention, noticing the scattering of consciousness is the fruition, the beginning of the meditative attainment. It's progress on the path, because before practicing, you weren't as aware of the monkey mind. It was still jumping around, but you were following its directions. You were identified with it. You were believing what it was telling you. But now, through practice, you've stopped, and you've stopped following the dictates, the movements, and you've stopped identifying and believing in the injunctions of the monkey mind, and you've started to notice. Another way to say it is, you've begun to cultivate witness awareness. You begin to wake up the capacity to observe what is happening in your own inner life. And observing is such a beautiful move, such a beautiful capacity, and it's quite different from judging, often confused with judging. Judging, you could say, is partially observing, but it's observing with a fixed point of view. It's observing with an axe to grind. It's like listening to someone, but you're really thinking about what you want to say to object. Observing is noting with judgment. It's not seeing clearly and reflecting openly on what is just happening without an axe to grind, without adding assessments, without adding any extra opinions. It's simply witnessing, observing. It's cultivating that capacity to have mirror-like awareness. So we're sitting there, you're sitting there, breathing. You're focusing on the breath or the mantra, the object of meditation, whatever that might be for you. And then you realize that for the last X minutes, you have been lost in a stream of thought, in a fantasy. But you notice it, and you stop, and you shift from being lost in the mental contents to noticing the process of the wandering. And this is an important distinction. It doesn't matter what the contents are, whether you're fantasizing about what you're going to have for lunch, or you're fantasizing about a vacation, or whatever the thought stream might be, running into the past, running into the future. It's not about assessing the quality or the value of the content. It's about noting and being aware of the process of the wandering itself. This is cultivating that primary capacity of witness consciousness, being aware of the wandering itself, and then returning to the object of meditation. Now, many people have the idea that meditation is successful meditation is about stopping thoughts, making the mind blank. It's not. It's not any more about that than it is about stopping sensations in the body or the capacity to hear sounds. Meditation is about deepening your capacity to observe, to note, to be the witness of the movements of the mind and the tendencies and the patterns of association, remembrance, projection, imagination, without becoming entangled in any of those or being identified with the content, but rather than follow the wandering attention to very, very, very gently, with equanimity, to return to the object of meditation. Nothing to be upset about, nothing to judge, just observe, note, and return again and again, returning. Training the monkey mind, to be still and to enjoy the moment as it is, and then to deepen that experience, to make it subtler and subtler, and to open to that which is beyond even the witnessing consciousness, awareness itself. The monkey is not an obstacle. The monkey is learning to practice with us. And every time we discover the monkey is active, it's a beautiful moment of awareness, return to the object of meditation.